Coming into this game, I was very skeptical. I didn't know what to really expect. My expectations were out the window, especially with that offensive performance that we saw last week. And to be honest, this week it was like night and day. Now, I'm not sure if it was because they moved Zach Robinson from the booth to the field. Maybe that, made it better for Michael Penix Jr. getting those calls in on the sideline. But I can tell you that I think that it honestly made a difference. Now, was Zach Robinson good the whole game as far as his play calling? He was okay. He was still in the pistol a lot, running out of the pistol and stuff like that. And we did see some under center stuff. We did see some play action. It wasn't a great game, but he did call a good game. So I got to give him props in that area. I also want to give a team props for not letting last week's loss linger. Yes, we did get beat down. We got the brakes beat off us. And actually, this week, the Panthers ended up getting the brakes beat off them. But at the end of the day, they did regroup, bring it back home, and they got that W, and it was a much needed W. All right, so let's get into it. Michael Penix Jr., the guy that everybody was pointing the finger at last week for having a not so great game, he bounced back this week. And he threw for 300 yards, 2 tutties, and 1 interception. Now, that interception, I know he wish he could get that back because when he was throwing it, he was trying to fit it over the defender's head. He just didn't float it enough. So it ended up getting intercepted, and that's unfortunate. But for the rest of the game, he played a solid game. This is the Michael Penix Jr. that I knew we was getting. This is the guy that was advertised. Last week, I don't know what that was. Maybe it was like a headset communication thing going on. I'm not sure. But this is the MP9 that I always knew he could be. And he's only going to get better. And I feel like with Zach being on that sideline, it helped him a lot. They was getting to the line quicker, snapping that ball with 19 seconds left on the clock. Just really good handling of the ball. So I got to give a shout out to Michael Penix for bouncing back, for having that warrior mentality. Next up on my list, Bijan Robinson. What can't Bijan do? You know what? If they decide in the future that they want to change the Falcons name, I'd be okay with them changing it to the Atlanta Bijans. Because to be honest with you, dude is a video game character. You can't tackle him. He cuts on a dime. I mean, what can't dude do? He can catch the ball out the backfield. Having Bijan is a cheat code, and I hope this season that he gets the looks and the respect, you know what I'm saying, that he deserves from the league because he is the best running back in the league, in my opinion. And we cannot forget the backup to Bijan Robinson, Tyler Algier, who also had a touchdown this game. I call him Sonic and Knuckles. You know what I mean? You got one that's fast and exciting, and you got one that's just going to ground and pound. So shout out to Tyler Algier. I hope he can stay with us for as long as he can, but I just know that boy, that's a starting running back right there. I hate to see him go, but Tyler Algier is a starting running back, man. And again, at the end of the game, cleanup. They did not want to tackle that boy. So shout out to Algier. Of course, you see who jersey I'm rocking right now. Kyle Pitts. Shout out to Kyle Pitts for having a game today. I think he had 7 receptions, maybe 5 or 7 for like 70 some yards plus. Shout out to Kyle, man. Again, this is the Kyle Pitts that we saw in his rookie season. Dog, they could not guard Kyle Pitts this game. Michael Penix was putting the ball high enough only where Kyle Pitts could spot it, and Kyle Pitts was snatching that shit out the air. That's what I like to see, man. They can't do nothing with him. And I've been saying that for years, like, bro, why aren't we utilizing Kyle Pitts? Kyle Pitts is the cheat code. And as you saw today, Kyle was going at him, dog. He was snatching that ball out the air, being the player that I always knew that he could be. Check the channel. I got a video on here that only got like 20 some views, but I was talking about how Kyle Pitts is going to have a season with Michael Penix. But hey, I'm just the messenger. Can't forget Drake London. He also had a touchdown this game, and he did his thing, getting open, doing Drake London things. And Darnell Mooney actually had some catches too. But he went out the game with a hamstring injury. I said hamstring energy, but he went out the game with a hamstring injury. And honestly, I think it was good for them to just sit him, let him rest. Next week is a bye week, so hopefully that's a week where everybody can rest up and we come back and we take these next stretch of games like full force, everybody's healed, we ready to go. All right, so let's talk about the defense. Jeff Ulbrich. Shout out to you, my guy. Jeff Ulbrich. Hey, he got the defense flying around, making plays. Xavier Watts, you are a ball hawk, sir. The way he was running down that field and caught that ball that Mariota threw, That's what we need in that backfield. Billy Bowman was running around there making plays too. He almost got himself hurt on a couple plays. The only complaint that I have is that that interior wasn't really getting to it like I thought. JPJ actually blew past Mariota when he ended up getting that long run for a big gain. And they were just kind of overshooting. But again, the game didn't have to be on their backs. They did just enough to get the job done, but we definitely got to work on that interior pressure from our defense. But overall, man, for the defense, I really don't have no complaints. Hughes played good today, other than that touchdown that he gave up from Debo. Again, you can't be running with Debo like that. If you see Debo running a straight line, he is not finna do all that cutting, bro. You got to stay with him. But other than that, Hughes played solid today. You know what I'm saying? You gonna give up a TD every now and then. It happens. Just like with MP9 throwing an interception. It happens. How you respond to that, that's what make you great. Also got to give some love to the linebacker room, man. Divine Diablo going up there like Jordan, knocking passes out the sky. He is a pleasant surprise on this team. I'm telling you, I did not know his game. I was not familiar at all. But now I know. Caden Ellis also. Come on, man. Caden Ellis with the sack, how he went out to Mariota and did not give up on the play. Kept going, man. His motor is crazy. So shout out to Caden Ellis, man. Them linebackers was getting to it today. So overall, great bounce back game. What a way to respond after last week where all the pundits were pretty much just writing us off. Even I was writing y'all off, kinda. You know what I mean? Because you don't see nothing like that. Something was wrong, and whatever was wrong, they went in and fixed it. Now, what I like to see when we come back out there, more play action. I want to see Penix under center more. Yes, the pistol works. Yes, you can run out the pistol, but I just want to see more play action plays. I want to see more of what we saw today. I want to see that ball going downfield. I want to see our players getting good separation, and I just want more creativity with the plays, because a lot of times you can look on the field and be like, they're finna run the ball. They're in pistol. Tyler is in the backfield. They're probably gonna run. And most of the time that was getting blown up. You know what I mean? So maybe try to switch it up a little bit. You know what I mean? Maybe if it's 4th and 2, do like you did in the first quarter of the game where Penix was under center and you went and got them 2 yards with Tyler, versus it's 3rd and 1 in the third quarter and you're in pistol formation. Tyler is 6 feet in the backfield. He's trying to run the ball to gain those yards. It makes no sense. So we got to just get more creative with his act and clean up mistakes. It wasn't really a lot of mistakes this game. The Falcons actually did pretty good on the side of penalties. Washington was just giving up all the penalties, and that's what you want to see. You want to see them getting rattled, jumping off sides, because that helps us in the end. So we can just clean up those minor little small mistakes, and I feel like, we're going to be fine. But I really don't have too many criticisms of this game. They came out, they did what they had to do, and they got that win in front of the home crowd. Dog, they are loud outside. You feel me? Like, I can hear them still partying. And I'm telling y'all, when Atlanta Falcons win, it's a win for the city. Now, next week is a bye week, so there will not be any Falcons football on next week. I know that sucks so bad, but it gives our players a chance to rest up, get ready, and come back, because we have to play the Bills. That's right. They actually played New Orleans today, and if I'm not mistaken, they won. So we have to play them next week. So we got to come prepared and ready to play, because y'all know how Josh Allen get down. All right, he could throw that ball, but he could also run that ball. It's a big boy. He ain't scared to get hit. So our linebackers, they got to come prepared to play. That D-line got to come prepared to play. And as far as the offense, like I said, just clean up a few minor things. But y'all put up 34 points today. I am very excited for that. I'm glad that we actually have the ability to put up 34 points. And I don't care who team is against. I don't care if the starter quarterback's out. It doesn't matter. These players are in the NFL for a reason. They're some of the best of the best. So, yeah, you better show me that you know how to score and cite some confidence in me. Now, I'm not finna get on here and say Super Bowl, even though that's always the goal at the beginning of the season. It's Super Bowl. But I need y'all to just show consistency, right? You got to win here. Rest up next week. Get another win. And maybe another win. And let's say if you drop one more game, that still won't make me feel bad, because it's like, all right, we just strung 3 wins together. That shows us that we have some type of consistency. And every now and then you might hit a snag, but I'm tired of this win one, lose one, win one, lose one. Consistency is what we need. And right now, I feel like the Falcons are going to bring it, man. So right now, we are second in the NFC South, 2-2, and that's more than I can ask for considering the games that we had this season and us just trying to figure it out. Us being 2-2 right now ain't so bad. And like I said, we come out of this bye week, man, we can really get this thing rolling. But yeah, man, it's the kid Ríez. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, make sure y'all be safe, stay carefree, and I'll catch y'all later. Peace.